What's going on, YouTube? We got another video, another ZT. It's been a while since we did some ZT videos, but we got a couple back to back. We do have a couple new models out, so I wanted to check them out. Now this knife is ZT. This knife reminds me of when ZT got their start, when they were first popular, the kind of stuff they did. This is what you think of when you think of ZT. In fact, they rebranded their boxes. So I think the old one said, yeah, the old one said it's a real beast, right? Yeah, and these have been around for a while. I think this is for the Emerson collab. Yeah, it's for the Emerson collab. So that made sense, right? And then they came out with slip joints recently. And so they rebranded their boxes and they're like, experience it. You know, I can't say it's a real beast when it's a slip joint. So, but this knife is a real beast, guys. This is the 308 G10 Coyote Tan 20 CV blade on this one. And it comes in, I think, does it come in multiple colors? Maybe black. Can't remember. I think they might come in black and tan. So a huge beastly monster folder. Let's do some size comparisons. Here's a Hinder XM18. Pretty much dwarfs that. A pair of two. Much meh. Still bigger in the handle. Definitely heavier. Bigger overall. Let's move that out of the way and do the Emerson collab. Much different type of knife, lots skinnier in the handle, lighter weight. This thing weighs like 7 ounces. Microtet LUDT or LUT, whatever you want to call it. So you can see a pretty big knife, not just in length, but overall like a wide knife. Like when you close this thing, I mean, not only is it a tank, it weighs about 7 ounces in your pocket, but it's also going to be a pocket hog. It's 1.72 inches wide. Pretty wide. Thickness-wise, not too bad, though. Right? 0.536. So just a hair over 0.5 inches thick, which isn't bad. That action's fantastic on these guys, though. That's a big, heavy blade coming out of there. And that flipper design is really well done. Really, really love the milling on the titanium. I like the pivot design. It's a little different. The mill G10 is really nice. Nice, beautiful stonewash on the blade. I like this swedge. It's actually a really good looking knife. More like I said, what you expect of ZT. The pivot is interesting though, right? It's like gonna need a tool to disassemble it, I'm assuming. I don't know. Maybe you could use a... Could probably use a regular wrench actually on that guy. It's got two little marks right here. Maybe a spanner wrench or something like that. Spanner bit might work. I don't know. I have some spanner bits for the Hinder, but they're not that wide. You might be able to get a wrench in there too. Get that open. So the old ZT 300 series had like the 300 and the 303 and all that. They had like a nut for their, like an actual like nut you could use a wrench. So maybe that's what they're going with here as well. And I like that. That's going back to their roots. I think this is definitely a good, lately their stuff's been kind of hit and miss in my opinion. This is something that's definitely reminds me of ZT. That action though is so good. Like fall shut and just that, listen to this. It just has a thwack when it opens, right? It opens with authority. Pretty big, wide bellied blade. Nice big belly on it. What is that width on that? That's pretty wide. It's about, be careful not to touch the edge too much with this. 1.3 inches wide in the blade. Pretty thick behind the edge if I remember right. Measured it earlier. Oh man, 26 thousandths behind the edge. Yeah, so thick, beefy, hard use knife. Take a lot of abuse. One thing that I was thinking of when I was thinking of this knife, I'm like, man, that thing's open. It is big, right? And you wonder, like, it almost reminds me of a fixed blade. So then I grabbed my Survive Knives GSO 4.1 and looked at this, and I thought, yeah, that's about the same size as a fixed blade when it's open, of a good size belt knife. So, but it folds, so it's a little more compact, obviously, but heavier. So beefy, you know, outdoor folder, beefy military, law enforcement style folder. Really nice action on this guy. Nice jimping up here. And I think the ergonomics on this knife are actually really good. It feels super good and really bearing down, doing some hard cuts. It's gonna feel nice and good in the hand. So this actually would be a really good choice as a replacement to carrying a fixed blade when you're out, you know, in the woods or something, because you're gonna have a really beefy knife that can handle a lot of abuse. But it's gonna be, you know, a little bit heavier, almost 7 ounces. The pocket clip works nicely. It's not what you would call a deep carry clip, but it doesn't carry too big. Let me show you what I mean by that. Get out the old jeans here. And you can see how wide it is in the pocket. It takes up a lot of real estate. I mean, it's like right there. So not deep, but not too bad, not too much. I mean, a little bit sticking up, not horrible. Seen worse for sure. As far as pocket clips go. So yeah, a big beefy folder, guys. I like it. I think, like I said, I think it comes in 2 colors, coyote and black. Really nice. I mean, the milling on the titanium is reminiscent of the old ZT300 series. That was first Strider collab they did. The milling on the G10, everything, it just reminds me of that, but just kind of a new modern updated one. So if you're looking for a big, just beefy overbuilt folder, this is a good choice. A lot of guys love carrying knives like this. I don't typically, but I can see sometimes using it. What I do like is the flipper tab. It has some nice jimping. It's very small, but the angle is such a good angle here that it's like so easy to flip the knife, right? It's no big deal. It snaps open, has a nice snappy detail on those KVT bearings. Yeah, it just works really well. So it's, oh, like I said, it weighs about 7 ounces. Thinking if there's any other things to cover in the overview. Yeah, overall, I dig it. Big, beefy, overbuilt. What you think of ZT, it's a real beast, you know, their old saying. That's what I would think of when I think of this knife, not so much some of their other newer models. So anyway, guys, take it out. Check out the link down below. I'll link to Blade Ops. They provided this video, or for this video, and make sure to pick one up from those guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.